Well, hi traders, Chris from the research team here at Pepperstone. Well, once again, we are seeing explosive moves coming through in the precious metals place. We're talking about platinum, silver, gold, and also palladium to a lesser extent. And certainly the client flows have really picked up. To me, this is less about the why and more about the who. Who is moving the market here? Who is moving positioning and continuing to buy and chase this market higher? I think the sellers generally have taken their sales aside. They've moved their offers from the market. And I think really the buyers are just pushing this one up. I think you're probably seeing a lot of CTAs or systematic trend following funds continuing to bid up in the futures. You've seen great volumes last week coming through in gold and silver futures. I think the ETF scene has really come alive. I mean, this year what we've seen in September, we saw $11 billion of inflows into the various ETPs, ETFs. I think that equates to about 89 tons of gold. And this year, we're up to about $50 billion of inflows into the ETFs as well, which basically equates to the similar sort of inflows that we saw in the pandemic situation, the first 9 months for the pandemic. So it's clearly a lot of money going into the GLD and also some of the other ETFs that we're seeing in the silver ETFs, which again is moving full circle back into flows that's supporting the underlying market as well. But I think, yes, and for me, it's really about a momentum shift now. I know people are talking about, we've got the US dollar down a bit today, but the gold price and the precious metals has really extrapolated from what we've been seeing in the US dollar and also real rates. I know people are talking about geopolitical issues that have sort of cropped up recently. Maybe that has something to do with it. And also the idea we've got a government shutdown, which is impending starting midweek. I don't see that much of a market story. I certainly wouldn't be buying gold on this one because, the longer it goes on for, obviously that will continue to drag on growth going forward. All that growth will come back and be paid back. For me, the shutdown is probably more of a story that if it happens, we may not get the payrolls numbers this week, and we may not see the CPI prints on the 15th. But it's not necessarily a market story that we need to go and buy silver and gold for. This has just become a continued momentum shift now. After a big move that we saw last week, silver was up 7%, platinum was up 11%. I think gold's probably a bit of a different one because we had seen a strong move up. We'd seen 3 days worth of consolidation. It looks like it's breaking out to the top side now. We've got a new high coming through today. Can we break 3,800 as people look to chase this one? But the sellers seem to be moving aside. The buyers are having absolutely no problems at all, continuing to push this one. Okay, technicals. I think people are a bit concerned about buying gold now. It's one of those things where it's had a big move. Can I buy when got the RSIs at 81? And people are looking at the idea that the silver price now is about 2 standard deviations lofty or premium to the 50-day moving average. I think that's a big sort of indication that things are getting very, very stretched, but this market continues to move. Selling into it can be tough. You might have to ride another 10% drawdown or further move to the upside before ultimately being right. And can your account handle that situation? So these metals are on fire at the moment. It's just a big momentum move. This is about who, not the why of that situation. Let's see if it can continue and trade with Pepperstone.